Alright, today we have a Nokia 925 and I'm having some problems with the speaker up top, and so I'm going to replace the headphone jack, USB. It's kind of all one connector, but I believe either the speaker or the headphone jack is the problem. And here you can see what that looks like. Wasn't a very expensive part, about $6. So I like to just to open the back, just kind of get my nail under that corner there and slide the nail along. And kind of peel it away like that. And there you've got the phone open. So the first thing we're going to do, of course the phone should probably have been shut off before now, so we're just going to pop the battery cable. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to take a number 5 Torx, and we want to pull out this screw, and there's a little plastic bracket that lifts up from that. This screw, and then we switch to our number 6 and we want to pull out this screw, this screw, this screw. And once we do that, then this plate will lift up. And then we want to start disconnecting things. So we pull up this connector, this connector, this connector right here, the little one that's for the front-facing camera, this connector, right? And then here, this is the video connector. We want to make sure we get this. And I just use my nail I get underneath and just gently lift. And then lastly, we've got a connector right here for our antenna. We want to just kind of gently lift that. Lift that up and off the connector there, and just kind of, I just bend it back a little bit. Once we've got all the connectors up, then we can kind of lift the motherboard up. Might have to pull up this connector here. It should just lift right out. And there we have the motherboard. We can see that. Set that like that. And here's where we're going to be working right here. We want to get this off, and so we're just going to lift this kind of straight. It'll just lift straight off like that. We'll fish it around our cable. Now what we're going to do is we need to kind of get the microphone out here, so we're just going to try to get around the back of the microphone and just gently ease it out. It's held in with a little bit of adhesive, but not very much. And get our USB out of here. And just kind of pull up, pull out the whole assembly. So there you can see the assembly there. And then we want to take our new one and just reverse the process. So we get our USB connector in there, get our microphone into there, I mean our earphone connector into there, and make sure that our little doodad in there is in there. And we'll just, that looks pretty good. Okay, so now we've got our new parts in place. Got to be sure to put our front-facing camera in. And then we put our little bracket that holds the whole thing together. But we got to get our cable through and then you'll see that, whoops, make sure your camera's in there. Making sure, just checking to make sure my camera's in the right place. And then we're ready to put the motherboard back in. And so again, we just want to make sure that our antenna cable is kind of pulled back a little bit because it's easy to get that kind of stuck in there. And so we're going to kind of bring it up so this connector goes over it. Or these two connectors actually. Make sure all our connectors are out of the way. And it just set right in place. Perfect. Okay, so then we want to connect all our connectors except the battery. Again, a quick click is all it really requires. Okay, so now we're going to get our clip in place up here. Put our long screw in. Then we take our other long screw, put it up here in the corner, holding that corner of the motherboard down. Just snug it in. Everything feels right. All our connectors are in, except power. So we take our bracket, put that in place. Alright, then we want to put our 3 bracket screws in place. Got that in there, and we put our SIM card in. Reattach power. Reattach it back. We want to put the end in like that. Make sure we're tight all the way around. And that fixed my problem. I was having a problem with the ear speaker and that wasn't working. But this would also fix any problems you're having with the earphone jack or the USB connector. So good luck.